Sean, you told us the other day that 1-0's the manager's favourite.
Yeah.
Right, how satisfying was that, and what did you think of the performance in general?
Yeah, it's satisfying today for different reasons, because the first half I thought we were very good. Arguably, I think you could simply argue we should have gone in further in front with the chances that we created. We've been talking about how we can be effective, and I thought we were. And then second half, fair play to them. They're 12 unbeaten in the Premier League. I think they've had 6 wins in that as well. They're a good outfit. We know that. They've matured into an outfit. And they came back into it. And a good play from them, some effective play. And I spoke to Thomas in the summer about it, and he's not precious about football, neither am I. They want to play effective. They ask questions of it. They get it forward. They'll put it in the box. They do long throw-ins and all of that stuff, as well as having some very good players, by the way. And I thought the only thing I would say is, look, it gets nervy, but we gave them too many turnovers, too many simple turnovers with the ball to give them a chance to keep coming at us rather than dealing with the ball better ourselves. But that being said, you've got to find ways of winning football matches, and it's very difficult in the Premier League to dominate 90 minutes, 95 minutes, whatever it's played. So you expect teams to have spells, and on this occasion, they had a very strong half. We lost away with it, but the resilience of the side, the shape of the side, and that's growing all the time, them two things, and doing the hard yards, and adding a moment of fine goalkeeping, and you come away with a nice 1-0 win.
I mean, you speak about the relentless mentality you can see from the squad. Obviously, that last half hour was very difficult, but they came through. How pleased were you to kind of almost see that, being played out on the pitch? You could see that they wanted everything.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke to the players and I spoke through the media about, trying to build a firmer mentality, and in my way, that's not questioning any others. It's just in my way of thinking about football. And I think the players are adapting. They're working very hard. We're still finding that balance because we had to make the team more resilient defensively. I think that was fair to say. Everyone was talking about that when I got here. Literally everyone. We're trying to be effective in the front third and create better chances. I think we've done that, or better, stronger situations to create chances. And I think that's got to be tied together with hard work, and there's absolutely no lack of effort, that's for sure, and there hasn't been since I've been here, both in training, both in performances. And then the crowd play a massive part for us again today, with even the second half. I mean, they get a bit nervous, but they're right behind you, they're on it from the first whistle, the energy of the crowd, it helps the players enormously. But it's just another step, these wins are to be enjoyed in the Premier League, but it's just another step. We've got plenty more steps to go. I said it after the win against Arsenal when I first got it, and I'm still saying it now. But there's signs that the mentality is growing. We still think the details can be improved, but there's strong signs of the mentality, and that's an important factor for me.
Absolutely. Have you had an opportunity to form an opinion on the disallowed goal yet? Have you seen that?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm surprised purely because of the short distance, because I understand the idea of hands in not the right position and stuff like that when they're given. But he's actually, looks to me, he's just flinching, to try and... So I think that's a different thing. He's not pushed his hand towards the ball. I'm not even sure I thought it came off his pec, to be honest. You'd like them to go for you. If it went against you, you'd be disappointed. It goes for you, you're delighted. Some of these decisions, I'm a fan of VAR, some of these decisions are difficult. But I just thought the distance side of it comes at him so quick, I don't know what else he's meant to do. And it looks to me like he's just flinching rather than hand to ball and making it go into the goal. But look, it went against us. It would have been pleasing to go with us. But let's have it right. We had other opportunities which we've got to take responsibility for. And I've said to the players, have the freedom to miss. I've told them that, and they did. But equally, you've got to have the moment of clarity to score. And I think that's where our continued sort of side of the game improves, is that once you get the freedom to miss and you're going into the right areas, which we are, we're getting bodies in the right areas, that's improving. But then you've got to have that clarity to score a goal. And I think we had 2 or 3 chances first half to really secure the game.
Early in the season, Sean, Dwight McNeil, there were a few groans when he was on the ball, Everton weren't doing well. So today there was like a positive feel. When he was on the ball, you could hear a kind of positive vibe. Is he a happy player around the camp now? Do you think that he's...
Yeah, I mean, I don't think players are always unhappy or happy around the camp. I certainly have a consistency to the way I work. I want the players to be consistent. I think, look, a new manager comes in. I'm a familiar person to him, of course, gave him his debut. So he probably just thought, well, I know what this manager wants. the depth of what I want, So I'm sure he was trying to work for the last manager in the right way, but he probably was learning, probably didn't understand some of the stuff they were trying to do. Whereas with me and my staff, he knows the expectation. So it wouldn't have been a surprise to him, some of the changes that were made very quickly. And he's still, the things with Dwight, he's still relatively young. He's just played a lot of football for a young player. He was in the team very early and didn't come out of it. And I'm pleased for him. I'm pleased to see his work ethic paying him back, and his demand on himself, and he puts a lot of pressure on himself, but he's kind of learning as he gets older to release that pressure and going, I call it professional enjoyment. You've got to enjoy it. It's tough. These times are tough at Everton Football Club. There's no denying that. But you've still got to find that enjoyment within what you do. And he's finding that nice level, real professionalism in what he's doing and his work ethic with the team, but finding key moments and big moments, which he certainly has the ability to do. And today he found a very fine moment with an absolutely fine strike. And a lot of his performance, even at the end, he's running, he's harrying, he's working, he's putting all the effort in. And that's how you become an all-round player. And I think hopefully these players will learn that, because there's some very good players here, very technical players. And now it's about, okay, you're good technically, can you add that into a team performance? Can you add it in when the game's not going your way? So I was pleased with that. The game's not going away second half, partly because of us, mainly because of them, because I respect them as a side. But we found a way. And some of the players who it's not now, to finding a way, working, pressing, getting a foot in, finding all the key little details in football that can win your games, and that's important.
Sean, when you joined Everton, it must have been so reassuring to have someone like Tarkowski there, and he built for last night, he threw himself into everything. He must have been just reassuring that you needed.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I say, the players, if you've worked with me before, just get a head start, but they've still got to deliver performances. I thought Keno did well again today. I thought he was very good at Forest, and I thought he did well. He understands maybe a bit clearer, yet again. I mean, he left us a while ago, but he wouldn't have forgotten. I'm pretty sure of that. Most people who work with me pretty much remember how. And Tark is going very well. I think before I was here, I was told he was going very well anyway, and he's just continued that kind of form. And then, like I say, when we need Jordan to make a big save today, he does, and a fine save.
Sean, you mentioned areas of improvement there. I just wondered what the biggest areas of improvement are that you see moving forward.
I think the will to do the ugly stuff, and I think that's important in the Premier League. The shape of the team and the commitment to the shape. Sorry, you can talk about it, you can work on it. When the whistle blows, you're going to deliver it, and I think they've been mostly delivered it. We lost our way a little bit second half, but we stuck to the details of defending properly. And then still trying to be effective as a unit. Everyone keeps talking about scoring goals. Well, they don't score themselves. You've got to find ways of being effective. And I think first half was a good sign of that. We pressed well. We broke up their play. We played well on transition. We looked effective. Since I've been here, we've looked very effective from set piece. I mean, from corners, we look like a threat every time the ball's going in there. And that's pleasing, because it's a big part of the game still. So they're the things I've been pleased about. And mostly the mentality to be open and accept a new manager and new ways of working. Everyone thinks it's easy. It's not. Group of human beings. They're human beings. They don't all accept everything that you offer. But this group have been very open so far to everything offered, the workload, and what we want from them, how we're trying to help the team to go forwards. So there's lots of pleasing things. Some of the things you work on are the details, because I don't want to cry luck in all the time. But I thought against Villa was a very good performance. You come away and you lost 2-0 and you sort of scratching your head a little bit. Couple of mistakes and things like that, but we didn't really make too many today, or not big mistakes. Forest was the same, a very good performance, and a mistake cost you, and we have been punished a little bit, but over a season you want that to pay you back when you don't get punished for the odd mistake.
You spoke a little bit there about Brentford raising their levels in the second half, but I just wondered from an Everton perspective, what was the biggest difference between the first half?
Giving the ball away too easy. You can't keep turning the ball over. Giving away too easy, not winning the battles, the little detailed battles. I'm not talking about the old school crashing heads. I just mean little details, little nicks here and there, footing, breaking their game up with winning the ball back. And we didn't do it as well second half. So for both of them, for me, not winning the ball as much as we did the first half and landing on seconds and doing the sort of uglier side of the game. And then when we did have possession, giving it away too easily.
How close was Dominic to being involved today?
He's just doing well. He's doing well. He's back. He's had 2 days with us. 2 days. That's not enough days for me. He needs more of that. He's going well. He's feeling good, and he's getting stronger. But he needs more training than 2 days before you put him in a Premier League game, because that's been delivered in the past and hasn't worked. So, as you all know, You know, one of the things about looking to do things differently, you've got to, because if you keep doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome, as they say, it's the definition of madness. So I'm certainly not, well, I don't know, I'm not going to throw the mad bit in there. Some people deem me a little bit, so.
Garner and Patterson have had games behind closed doors, under 21s matches as well. Would Dominic follow a similar routine ideally? Or?
Well, yeah, we'll see where he's at, you know, but he's in all I can say is at the moment, having spoken to him just briefly, caught eyes with him, he's back, looks like he's training with a smile on his face, which we want, because all of that's part of the makeup of footballers' mentality. We'll see where that takes us, but I've been impressed with Dimmy working hard, I've been impressed with Neil working hard. Seems he's still learning the game, of course. You know, and the team's mentality to not overthink that, because everyone keeps asking me. But I'm looking at the team, not just one player. It's a team situation.
Any further questions? We'll do the Mondays outside.
Cool. All right, mate, how you going?